Hello everyone. In today's session, I'm going to discuss workbook questions and answers from Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 3. Act 2, Scene 3, we all know is a brief scene. So I will discuss just one extract that is there in your Morning Star workbook. Let us read the first question. Before that, let me just remind you, do check the pinned comment section for all important video links related to your syllabus. What is the first question? At what occasion does Artemidorus say these words? The extract is there on the screen. Just have a look. And at what occasion does Artemidorus say these words? The occasion is the Ides of March, 15th March, when Julius Caesar is going to the Senate house to be crowned king, and when the conspirators under the leadership of Brutus and Cassius have planned to assassinate Caesar. Now Cassius has hatched a conspiracy against Julius Caesar. और आज क्या है? कौन सा तारीख है? 15th of March. And remember, the soothsayer had warned Julius Caesar, beware the Ides of March. तो आज वो दिन है. And the occasion is the Ides of March. Julius Caesar Senate House जाएंगे क्योंकि वहां पे उन्हें राज मुकुट दिया जाएगा. He will be the king. He will be crowned king of Rome. And when the conspirators have planned to assassinate Caesar, और कॉन्स्पिरेटर्स जो है सब एकजुट होके रेडी हो गए हैं सीजर को असैसिनेट करने के लिए, सीजर को मर्डर करने के लिए. सो दिस इज द ओकेशन. Artemidorus is a symbolic individual in this scene. Whom does he symbolize here? Change paragraph. This is the second subpart, so change paragraph for each subpart. Artemidorus is a symbolic individual in Act 2, Scene 3. Here, he symbolizes honest. So, this is a specific answer. Honest common citizens of Rome. This is how you must write your answers. जो honest citizens of Rome है, उनका एक representative है Artemidorus. He himself says that he is thy, that is Caesar's lover. इसका क्या मतलब है? Well-wisher, which means that he is Caesar's well-wisher. This is exactly what I have written over here. Thus, he also represents Caesar's well-wishers. रोम में सीजर के विरुद्ध एक गुट है. रोम में सीजर को चाहने वाले भी बहुत है. And Artemidorus represents, is symbolic of those well-wishers of Julius Caesar, who love and admire him and want to protect him. This is a specific to the point brief answer. Workbook में शायद 3 or 4 lines है, तो 3 or 4 lines में ये fit नहीं आने वाला. मगर trust me, this is indeed how you must write the answer. जो क्वेश्चन है पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन के ऊपर डिपेंड है लेंथ क्या होने वाला है. वर्कबुक में एक लिमिटेड स्पेस है. हैंड राइटिंग कैसा है तुम सबका, इस सारी चीजों के ऊपर जो लेंथ है ऑफ द आंसर्स आर गोइंग टू डिपेंड. लेट्स क्विकली मूव ऑन टू द सेकेंड क्वेश्चन. देयर इज बट वन माइंड इन ऑल दीज मेन. What kind of a mind do the conspirators have? This is the first subpart. Let us read the answer. The conspirators have only one plan in their mind and it is aimed at Caesar. वो सिर्फ एक ही चीज सोच रहे हैं, how to murder Caesar, to execute successfully the assassination of Caesar. They are hostile. वो Caesar को पसंद नहीं करते हैं, so they have feelings of hostility. One mind क्या है? This singleness of purpose. Singleness of purpose क्या है? One plan. That is the conspiracy hatched against Julius Caesar and the conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar. Assassination. Learn this spelling properly and use this term in your answer. Hatched a conspiracy against Caesar and also assassination of Caesar. Use these terms and expressions in your answer. They are hostile to Caesar. The kind of mind that they have is to murder Caesar before he can be crowned. So, what is the one thing that is there in the mind of the conspirators? They must kill Caesar before he can be crowned. Raja बनने से पहले Caesar को हमें मारना है. So this is the one mind that is there in all these men. All these men का क्या मतलब है? In the minds of the conspirators. Next, what is the difference in motives for conspiracy between Cassius and Brutus? Cassius is a person who has hatched the conspiracy against Julius Caesar, and Brutus has joined Cassius, but their motives are different. दोनों का जो motive है इस conspiracy में join करने के लिए वो different है. You will have to point out the difference in motives in this answer. Again, change the paragraph. Brutus is Caesar's friend. This is an important piece of information. दोस्त थे. He does not have any personal cause, quotation, to spurn at Caesar, मतलब to attack Caesar except for the common good of Rome. So this is Brutus's motive. Not any personal reason, not any personal grievance, grudge against Julius Caesar, except for the common good of Rome, for the welfare of the Roman people. He has decided to stand up, another quotation, against the spirit of Caesar. Cassius, on the other hand, since you will have to point out the difference over here, use terms like this, on the other hand, while, but, to bring out the difference properly. Cassius, on the other hand, is jealous, number one, and is moved by personal rivalry, number two, आपसी दुश्मनी, and also enmity. एक दूसरे के competitors है. Caesar आज कहाँ पहुँच गए हैं और Cassius is just leading a base life. So there is personal rivalry, competition, there is enmity, dushmani, and he is also jealous and does not act from any noble motive. He does not have any noble motive, unlike the motive of Brutus. Thus, he has hatched this conspiracy against Caesar for his selfish interest. This is the exact difference. Dear girls and boys, this is how you must frame your RTC answers. To the point, brief answers incorporating all the key words and expressions. Now quickly moving on to the third question. Why are all the conspirators against Caesar? Now, it's time for us to focus on the reason why all the other conspirators have joined Cassius against Caesar. All the other conspirators are against Caesar because they have personal grievances and are jealous of Caesar's political rise in Rome and his growing popularity. इस वजह से ये लोग सारे Caesar को पसंद नहीं करते थे. And they are also, so this is one reason, personal grudge, jealous. And then another reason, they are convinced that if he is crowned the king, he will be in a position to keep all of them in servile fearfulness. Another quotation. All these textual references are there in the previous scenes. So read the text thoroughly. They thus want to curb his growth. वो बहुत ऊंचा पहुंच गए हैं और अगर आज वो राजा बन जाते हैं तो इन सारे लोगों का क्या हाल होगा? They will be forced to lead a life of servile fearfulness. They will become slaves of Julius Caesar. और ये इन लोगों को मंजूर नहीं है. They are jealous. How would the request "look about you" be significant at this time? Artemidorus says he reads a paper and there he reads "look about you." इसका क्या मतलब है? The request, this is a request. He has made this request to Caesar. The request "look about you" means be careful. The annotation. Therefore, Artemidorus's request is significant because, what is the reason? The conspirators have already finalized their plans to assassinate Caesar the moment he enters the Senate house. सब plans complete हो गए हैं, finalize हो गए हैं, सिर्फ अब execution बाकी है. Caesar Senate house में आएंगे और ये जो conspirators है सीजर को assassinate कर देंगे. So if Caesar reads the letter in time, अगर आज सीजर ये लेटर पढ़ लेते हैं and is then able to take appropriate steps to protect himself, he will be, just a rectification, he will be able to save himself from certain death. तो वो बच जाएंगे. If Caesar reads the letter in time and is then able to take appropriate steps to protect himself, self-protection, he will be able to save himself from certain death. This is the answer. 2 subparts, 2 paragraphs. Now, 4. What is meant by security gives way to conspiracy? The expression security gives way to conspiracy means that overconfidence that nothing can happen to Caesar and that he is invincible. कोई कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता सीजर का, बाल भी बांका नहीं होगा सीजर का. This is the overconfidence of Caesar, and according to Artemidorus, overconfidence opens a way for conspiracy to act. If you are overconfident, then you are not cautious, and then evil people will hatch conspiracy and the conspirators will succeed against Caesar because he is overconfident. He is not thinking about his security. मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा, and he will be off guard. And during this time, the conspirators will successfully execute their plan. Besides Artemidorus, who else had warned Caesar about the danger to his life? Besides Artemidorus, a soothsayer, remember, had warned Caesar about the danger to his life. In Act 1, Scene 2, Caesar was on his way to the games on the feast of Lupercal when the soothsayer warned Caesar to beware the Ides of March. That is, be very careful of that day which may be harmful to him. And what was the warning and how did Caesar react to the warning? So the soothsayer had warned him to beware the Ides of March. Now, dear students, just make a little rectification. So he was warned by a soothsayer. This is the answer to the first subpart. And in the second subpart, what do we have? What was the warning? So this section is the warning. So you will have to change the paragraph over here. New paragraph, change paragraph. In Act 1, Scene 2, Caesar was on his way to the games on the feast of Lupercal when the soothsayer warned Caesar to beware the Ides of March, that is, be very careful of that day which may be harmful to him. And then, how did Caesar react to the warning? Caesar ignored his warning and did not pay any heed to his words. Instead, Caesar called the soothsayer a dreamer. This quotation is there. And said that he must be left behind. Caesar asked everyone to move on. So this is there in the text. I have just explained from the previous scenes.